Welcome to Invest Out West podcast. I'm Nat Micken.
And I'm Kahlia Micken. We are a husband and wife team who live and invest in Western Queensland.
Join us on our journey of creating passive income through mindset, business, crypto, and property investing. Welcome to Invest Out West episode number 40.
The quote we'd like to leave with today is from Zig Ziglar, where he says, "You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great."
Yeah, this episode is just going to be fairly quick. We got a fair bit on today, and Kahlia is just about to leave to go and visit her sister for a few days, so we thought we better get in and do this before she leaves. We're just going to talk a bit about some shares that we own in a company, in a mining company in our local area. This company is called Richmond Vanadium Technology, and the ticker on the ASX is RVT. And we started to invest in this company a few years back because we're like those who listen to this channel know that we're very passionate about investing in this part of the world where we live, and so this particular company is like a vanadium exploration company, and we've talked about vanadium on this podcast a fair bit in the past because it's something that we sort of believe in, and I think really moving forward, it's definitely going to be sort of the next big thing for this particular area. So we got on board fairly early in the piece, and we started to invest in this company in December 2023. Now they listed on the ASX in December 2022, so about 12 months after they listed, we started to invest in this company. So Richmond Vanadium Technology it's sort of got like a big exploration sort of lease over a lot of area here around this sort of part of the world, and it's about 1,400 square kilometres in the lease area that they've got. So talking a really big area. Because this is a massive amount of vanadium in the sort of Richmond to Julia Creek sort of area. Now, it has an initial mine life of 25 years, so that's sort of what they benchmark it all against, is like sort of 25-year initial mine life, and they're sort of working on so it's 790,000 tonnes per annum of vanadium that it will produce, and at that rate, that mine, like the mine lease area, could sustain that for 100 years. So that's why they're sort of just working on 25 years to start with, and a lot of what they're doing is all just penciled out to 25 years, and they're like, yep, okay, it definitely pencils at that, and so that's sort of worst case scenario, whereas what they're actually looking at is up to 100 years of mine life. So it's definitely not anything like, it's no sort of small thing once this actually starts to get into gear and they actually start mining this vanadium, because it's one of the biggest vanadium deposits in the world is this deposit around sort of Richmond to Julia Creek sort of area. So we're sort of definitely bullish on this company, and so their share price has dropped since we've sort of first started to buy, and recently we've sort of added to our position because we've sort of buying this dip that's happening at the moment. So as we speak, their share price is around 14 cents, or it's sort of like 14.5 cents. and the top was in July 2023 at 47 cents, and the highest we've ever paid is 32. So, 14 cents at the moment, 47 is the top, and we've sort of been buying all that middle range type of thing, and so yeah, we definitely believe in this company, and we definitely believe in investing in this area because that's our whole focus, and especially the focus of this particular podcast is invest out west, and that's what we try to do. So, Kahlia, do you have things to add on that about how we buy and exchange and that sort of thing?
Yeah, so I just want to talk about, again, just the platform that we use. In other podcasts that we've talked about, when we've talked about shares, I've had people come to us saying, can you please tell me what you use? So I just wanted to talk about that. Not that I'm really endorsing anything. I'm just sort of sharing my experience. I don't have any affiliation with anything. It's just what we use. So I use all the time now a company like an exchange, a stock exchange called Self Wealth. And so the website for that is just selfwealth.com.au, and so that's self, so SELF wealth, WEALTH, and so I do like them. Their platform is very, very easy to use. It's very, very straightforward, and so that's the one that I use. And so as Nat just said about this company, how we bought shares at the end of 2023, and we've just invested more into them. What I wanted to touch on there is when you start to invest into shares, the minimum amount of capital that you have to put up when you're opening a trade with a new company is 500 Australian dollars. This is with Self Wealth, and so what that means is once you've got your account open with that company, you can then invest any amount that floats your boat. So I just wanted to touch on that for anybody who's wondering, like, how can they dip their toe in? You do need a minimum of $500 to open your account with that particular company, and then you can invest any amount under $500 after you've opened your account, if you've got more capital to put into it. So that's just what I want to touch on there. Self Wealth is a very, very easy company to use, easy exchange to use. The only thing to consider, of course, is it only works when the stock exchange is open. So I think in Australia it's like 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but something like that. That's the only thing, is when you jump on and you want to buy, you just have to work around the actual stock exchange times. But you can go in there and you can select if you want to buy at the market rate, or if you have a price in mind that you want to buy out, you can do it as you please. So again, that's just selfwealth.com.au. So that's what I use. And just to touch on the company itself, and sort of what it means to us. I mean, I personally haven't done a lot of research on it. That's what Nat does. He does it all and tells me what I need to know. And then I jump in and do the behind the scenes, the bookwork, the buying, all that sort of stuff. But as for the company itself and sort of what it means to us, as Nat's touched on, Richmond Vanadium is it's really focusing on where we live and what we're so passionate about, like bringing the investment into Northwest Queensland, and even not just Northwest Queensland, but sort of these rural / remote areas as they are in sort of like in Central Australia. That's what we're passionate about, is getting the story out and just sort of sharing like what these companies are doing. And if this is something that comes into our area, then that's what we're going to talk about, and that's what we're going to support. And that's the reason why we've bought these shares and why we've bought again, just to show our support that these companies are starting to look, they're starting to look out in this area, and they're expanding. And yeah, like I believe that there's a lot of upside that will flow through. As Nat touched on, massive, like massive opportunity that's coming, with the lifetime of the vanadium mine as it is. And so yeah, just I'm super bullish on what it means for Northwest Queensland, what it means for our portfolio, what it means for our community, and just the whole kit and caboodle. So that's probably all I had to add on that one. Just passionate about what it means for us. Yeah,
no, that's right, because like once this mine gets into full swing, and like I was saying, like initial 25, like that's guaranteed 25 years type of thing, and then possibly up to 100 after that. And so the opportunity that will come out of that for this area, for the Richmond area, and even the area around it, like Julia Creek, and even probably back to Hughenden, like the jobs and that sort of thing, and the workforce work for local contractors and all that will just be a big flow-on effect, from that one particular mine. And so we, like Kahlia was just saying, like we're definitely excited about, when it finally turns up, and gets into full swing. Like we're really excited for what it's going to bring to the Richmond area, and just sort of for the wealth of the area, and that's why we're jumping on board already with getting ourselves into position with our portfolio, and that's why we're already invested in the company already. So yeah, that's probably about all we really got to say about this particular company. It's definitely not financial advice. It's just us talking about what we've got in our portfolio, and it may or may not be a good investment, but we'll be able to work out that moving forward, and we'll sort of talk more about that company as time goes on, and once the mine finally starts up, and we'll be able to sort of see whether it has been a good investment or not. So yeah, that's about all we've really got on this one. Like I said, it was just going to be a short one, and we got a fair bit on the go today, so we'll leave it at that and keep living the dream.